welcome to the channel. My name is Yasrub, I'm a landscape photographer, and this is a travel vlog. For today's video, I want to make a different video because I want to show you how to get to Torres del Paine. Because when me and my friends started to trying to get how to get there, how to organize it, there was a lot of different aspects that we needed to do. So I want to share that with you so you know and you don't have to go through the same process. At least so you have an idea on what you can do, which path to use, and all of it. So that's for today's video. I will try to make it as short as possible to make it more fun and dynamic, and you don't have to spend like 15 minutes with me talking, but I'm good at talking, so I will do my best. And let's go. The most important part with this trip is that you actually go for it really early, like organize it with a lot of time, because it takes a lot of time. How you get there? Well, you have a few ways to get there. First one is taking an airplane to Puerto Natales. Puerto Natales is the location of the park, but there's only 2 days out a week that you can take an airplane to get there or to live there. That means that your entire trip will have to be organized based on that. The second option is the one that we're taking, is go to Punta Arenas. Punta Arenas has flights all days, every day, so you don't have to worry about that. You can organize it better. So the way to do it is that you take an airplane to Punta Arenas. In Punta Arenas, you make a reservation. Once you get to Punta Arenas, you go and you make a reservation for the bus. And you have to put that you will get in up to that bus in the airport. You make the reservation with the company Bus Sur. I will put it right here. And with that company, you can get the ticket, and you tell them that you're getting into the bus at the airport, and you get out of the bus. It will take you to Puerto Natales. In Puerto Natales, you take a bus that will take you to Laguna Amarga. Laguna Amarga is the final destination from that bus. You get out and you go to a transport that should be there that will take you from Laguna Amarga to base Torres. Is the starting point for any of the trips. And in this case, it will take you from, you have 2 ways. One is the W, like that. For the shape it has, I will put a map right here, and it has a W shape. The other one is the O circuit, or Macizo Paine, and it has a round shape like that. In this case, is the whole thing. You will see it in the map. In the map, you will see it like that. So those 2 have a base in Base Torres. You start in is the starting point, but you take different ways. The W, you start here and you go like that, and the O, you start at the same point and you go up instead of down. So in this case, I will explain it later. So this is the page for Fantástico Sur, which is Las Torres, right there, lastorres.com. Links down below. And when you come to this page and you go to camping, in this case, donde alojar, where to stay, you have hotels, you have cabins, you have refuge, and you have camping. If you go to camping, then you get to this part, which is the different reservations that you have. In this case, types of camping. For example, premium. You have full equipment, you have only the site, and you bring everything by yourself. Like you bring the tent, you bring the sleeping bag, the whole thing. The food, you can pay for the food, you can bring the food yourself, and the campings that you have available for Fantástico Sur, you have to do it. You have central camping, which is Base Torres. This is the camping that you will take for the day you arrive, because in reality, when you get to the camp for the first time and you do the old trek, you arrive to this place, but you don't stay there. You stay in Serón. That's the first night. But the last night, before you go back home, is in this one. Then you have Camping Chileno, you have Los Cuernos, you have Francés, and you have Serón. This other one is the same thing. In this case, which one you have available? You have Paine Grande, you have Dickinson, you have Camping Grey, and you have Los Perros. These are the campings that you can reserve in Vértice. Links down below. And the same thing. You have to call to get the reservation, and they will tell you the days. Of course, you tell them the days that you want to do it, and they will help you organizing everything. Unfortunately, that's the only way for now to do it. In this case, of course you have to make the phone call, and at the moment, CONAF doesn't have available the camping site of their own camping site. Those are for free, but it's not available at the moment. So we didn't have the option to do it. The first and most important thing you have to know is that this trip you have to organize it really ahead of time. You cannot waste time. If you want to make this trip and you want to make it, for example, in January, in September you have to already have everything sealed. You have to seal the deal very soon, because it gets crazy. We start making this trip in December, organizing in December, so we can go in March, and it was a nightmare. And it was 4 of us. From 4 of us, 2 have to go down, and is my friend and me to do this trip. Only 2. And it was a nightmare to organize it. And actually we have 3 days in Paine Grande, so we can have the reservations later available. So just to be let you know, like, you have to organize it really early. In fact, if you want to make this trip next summer, and if you want, organize it now, seal the deal now, and you can relax about the dates. You can see, okay, this is the day. Arriving the same day as you walk in is not a good advice. This is what we will do because of the timeline. But the first thing you have to do is stay the day in Puerto Natales, and from that point you start the next day. You go to Base Torres and you start walking. If you want to do the W, then you start to do the W as the map will tell you. If you want to do the O trek, is the one that we will do, and you go directly from Base Torres to Serón, Camping Serón. That way you have everything available for you, and you have the time to make the trip. You have to be rushing. And especially this trip, they say will take an amount of time. In reality, it could be longer because of how beautiful it is. You will like to stop a lot of the time. So for example, the first day from Base Torres to Serón, it should take about 4 hours. Between 3 and 4 hours of walking. It's 18 kilometers. But they'll tell you they will take between 7 and 8 hours, because of it's so beautiful that you want to stop, you want to take photos, you want to take videos, you want to make videos for YouTube. So in this case, you want to have that option, so you take longer, you enjoy the landscape, you take the time that you want to rest, so it will take longer. just to give you an idea, it's between 7 and 8 hours every day. And take the time to rest after Paso Garner. Paso Garner is the hardest one. In this case, you go from Los Perros to Camping Grey, and you go through Paso Garner. Paso Garner, just to give you an idea, has winds between 90 kilometers and 100 kilometers per hour. That's almost hurricane level of strong winds, like heavy winds. You also can have rain, snow, the whole thing. So you have to be prepared to every kind of scenario, because you most likely will find it. In our case, there are pages that says that it will be raining every day. Other pages says not so much. There is maybe 3 days of rain, so you don't know how much. So the gear that you would use is really important, but that's a different video. Is the next one. The next video will be about the gear that I'm taking, so to give you like an idea. And please organize it with time. And at least 2 people. At least 2. You have to go by 2, because there is a lot of emergency that could happen, and you need a friend to do it with. But also the campsites are for 2 people. Every campsite is for 2 people. If you go 8, then you need at least 4 campsites. So in this case, at least 2. That way you organize it better. And it's a beautiful trip to do, so do it. It's a beautiful trip. It's one of the epic trips to do in South America. So you have to. It's known as the biggest trek, the epic trek of South America, and it's half the second largest glacier in the planet. You can see it from Argentina as well, and beautiful landscape. So you have to do it. And of course, subscribe to the channel. That's a huge help. Also, give the video a thumbs up. And of course, as always, leave a comment down below if you find the information good, if you like it, if there's something missing, if you want to make this trip, let me know in the comments. And of course, follow me. Social media will be right here. And of course, as always, have a beautiful day, an amazing week, an amazing weekend. See you for the next video. All I want